Welcome to our channel, Immigrants Corner, where we talk about current events and controversial subjects, offensive, non-offensive material.
Not very controversial, but
Some of the stuff is controversial. But we'll talk about whatever we can. And today's talk, we're gonna continue talking about coronavirus because it didn't go away.
it's 2020.
2020 coronavirus is still here, and
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Well, the vaccines have already been rolled out, and many reports, well, not many reports, some reports have come out like severe side effects. Some people are, 6 people have died from the vaccine, I believe, and 1 out of 200 show severe side effect. Again, the effective rate was 94.6%. Survival rate of the virus is 99.9.
Between 99.7 to 90.8, 90.9.
Yeah, so survival is higher. But it is definitely very deadly and deadly towards elder people with lots of underlying condition. So if you are elder, if you have somebody elder, just be careful, protect them, because
at this point, there's no excuse.
No, there's no excuse.
For this, Democrat states shutting down, destroying small businesses, there is no excuse. All this reset garbage, communist garbage that they're trying to bring to this country, it's done. I'm tired of it. You're not going to take it anymore. This is done.
And this whole curfew,
if you want to get vaccine, go get the vaccine. If you don't want to get vaccine, people, we need to get back to normal life.
Yeah.
No mask, no garbage. This is done deal. All this scare tactics and stuff is not going to work anymore.
This is giving the politicians
the whole excuse, the whole plan is collapsed.
It's collapsing because once they said, 2 weeks to level out the curve, to bring down the
because Trump hasn't conceded, so they have to have another shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Scare tactic. This is all politics.
Propaganda.
They have been getting caught right and left, without masks, without all that stuff.
So here's the problem.
We are done.
The news media, all they do is they throw a number at you. Oh, we got
cases.
250,000 people dead. 260,000 people dead. We got 6 million people infected. This many people are being infected. This is what's causing a super spreader event. And a super spreader event could be 10 people getting affected by the virus or 15 people affected by the virus. That's a super spreader.
Super spreaders was if you go to a strip club or something.
Listen, man. Look, people. Here's what's happening. People who have major underlying conditions are at risk. Yes, that's.
Yeah, no, what you're saying, but with everything else in life.
Yeah, it's not just this virus. With everything else. So apparently, this virus creates pneumonia, which could be deadly for people who have a very weak immune system.
And ironically, not many people have died this year of flu because they count all of them as
so in order for people who are in power, what they do is they implement these stupid policies. I'm sure you've seen that video of the lady in California.
Yeah.
Sherman Oaks or Thousand Oaks. I can't remember. One of those two cities. She's crying. She is crying
because her life is being destroyed.
They shut down her restaurant. She can't serve food, yet a movie company is allowed to provide food. It's 20 feet away from her shop. So how stupid is this? The curfew thing. You can't be out after midnight or after 10 o'clock. Is the virus that smart that it could detect what time it is?
Just the whole concept
how stupid.
The whole concept of government claiming that to stop a virus, if they could stop it, it would stay in the lab from the freaking first place.
These bastards, they love to play the blame game. It's their fault, is this fault, is that fault. No, it's your fault. It's your fault for not implementing anything that's freaking common sense.
I always like to look at things a little bit more with a
glass
outside perspective.
Or that.
So to be honest, to me, it's just most of it is ideological. A lot of people that they have political agendas and all this stuff. You say, okay, they have political agendas, but what is that? Where that is coming from? we have a society that we have lost, or we are losing a lot of concept of morality and good and evil, good and bad, teachings, traditional family, and everything else. They're attacking every traditional values in this country and across the world. So this is not just limited to United States. Faith-based places, they try to shut down churches and all that. Why? Because these people, the radical left, they have no faith in nothing else. So they think they have a Messiah syndrome. They think like they are the ones going to be saving humanity. Some of them are genuine about it. You know what I'm saying? They're brainwashed through public education, thinking, oh, we are doing something, you know, because it's innate in us, because we are a communal species, right? We are living together. So there is a tendency to, you want to do something good for the rest of the community, or you want to take care of your community and everything else. But they have taken that and just instituted that they are becoming the savior of the community, which is actually, once you're taking it to that level, it becomes evil, right? And all authoritarian stuff, the communist regimes and stuff, all of them, they start from the same thing, right? They're going to say, we always give an example, like in Iran, where we left. That the current regime is like that. Is a theocracy. It's a theocracy. It's a different version of it. That they said, okay, the supreme leader knows what's best. So the entire society are like childs. You know, they look at them like a child, and then that the supreme authority has to make a decision what kind of a clothes, what kind of a haircut they can get.
As if he's God,
you know,
basically.
all that stuff. You look at those black and white pictures from the 80s from China, everybody on a bicycle, men and women, most of them, they get the freaking same haircut and a school uniform and all that. We don't want this country to go that route.
They want to make it to that.
But they're pushing for that. You see it. So this is not just about the virus and all that. All this stuff is planned and they're orchestrated.
You know what it is?
They don't follow none of the rules.
It's because a bunch of losers gather around and think, oh, just because somebody has something nice and I don't, they shouldn't have it either.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's based on envy.
That's all it is. That's all it is. This exactly.
It's a theft-based ideology.
And that's what's going to turn it into Venezuela. That's what's going to turn it into Cuba. That's what it's going to turn into any socialist environment where people have no longer they cannot speak their mind, they cannot say what they want, they cannot make decisions for themselves. Basically what they do is they're like, hey, Mr. X, Y, and Z, make the decision for me. I will, gladly give you all my rights and you tell me what to do.
Comedian Dennis Miller had the best line describing socialism. He said, socialism is like a nude beach. It sounds good until you get there. When you get there, it's just a bunch of hairy guys running around with their dirty sacks. Or just old ladies. It's not all that you thought it's going to be. So that's what socialism is. It sounds good from distance until you get there. When you get there, it's disgusting.
Look, I flew to LA in November, and my Uber driver was a guy from Venezuela, an Armenian guy. His parents were Armenian. He was born in Venezuela. He grew up in Venezuela.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah. So I didn't know this, and most of the Armenians in Venezuela own shoe manufacturing companies or factories. Right. Okay, so he owned a shoe manufacturing company. This is his story. He basically said, the government shows up at his factory, asks him, how much are you selling the shoes? He said, $15. He said, the government tells me, no, $15 is too much. You're going to sell it for $4.50. And he said, my cost is $6.20. And they said, we don't care. This is the price. This is what you have to sell it at. That is a socialist country. This is where the government controls every bit of people's lives. So if the guy, his cost is let's say $6.20, $6.30, and they tell me you have to make this for $4.50, guess what's going to happen? He's going to have to reduce his staff. He's going to have to reduce all the overhead. He's going to have to get cheaper material to meet that price line in order for him to at least make a small profit on his product. Reduce quality. It's going to go to garbage, right? So he said, I couldn't do it anymore. He sold his factory. He packed up his stuff. He came here. He's like, me driving.
He was lucky because now they don't even allow people to leave the country.
Right. He came here like 3 years ago.
That's what happened.
And he said, me driving, I'm making more money. I have a better life than I lived in Venezuela, running a factory. That was his line. Okay?
Right.
So that is a very good example of what socialist, communist country is. Is basically the government dictates. The government dictates how to run your life.
It's not even if somebody, you know what I'm saying, you have some people that are purely, you know, they really believe in that ideology, right? They really believe in that and they want to live through that. You know what I'm saying? It would be like somebody who is a devout Christian. They want to have simple life. They're not going to have $2,000 shoes, simple life, whatever. I mean, they try to live what they preach. A lot of these people, they don't live what they preach. I mean, you see them. Governor of California has his wineries open, but they're shutting down the small businesses and then get caught, including the health officials of the state, sitting at the table enjoying a super expensive luxury gourmet meal while people they can make a living pay their rents and pay their mortgage.
According to science, most of the coronavirus spread happens at the fast food joints, at the drive-through, not at the restaurant.
I mean, at this point, I don't care if it really spreads.
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. They are dictating why the small businesses can't be open. It's because they're causing the spread, which is not true.
No, in New York, they said
they still don't have a scientific evidence or anything that proves that these restaurants or small businesses have spread COVID.
And their agenda is to destroy small businesses because then they can have a bunch of. In a sense, if you're looking at it, it's not a communism, it's a fascism. You know what I'm saying? Fascism.
Where's Antifa?
Have the elements of
Antifa.
Yeah, exactly. You have elements of
hello.
You have elements of government coercion, but government just tells you what to do, but they still want you to make money because they're part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As the pure communists, they are hardcore. They said, okay, you can't make any money. And you're going to be like Soviet Union or just China.
Yeah, they just want to spread the wealth. 30 years ago, that's what they want to do.
Or North Korea, you are going to just end up with a loaf of bread, even if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying?
That's Bernie Sanders.
So, it comes. Now we get the vaccine. If you're so afraid of this virus, go get the vaccine. Please do.
Go get it.
In mass. Go get the vaccine for people that they are saying, okay, we just
you don't have to take
for it. Honestly, they're going to start from the elderly anyways. You know what I'm frontline workers.
I think you know what I think frontline workers should not take the vaccine because if the vaccine has some severe side effects and the frontline workers are out of commission because of the side effects, guess what's going to happen? Death rate is going to go back up. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to use the same excuse to shut down the country.
That's the thing. I don't believe none of this death rate.
That's not. But that's not the argument.
My question to you
I don't believe it either because it's inflated.
My question is, do you know the average number of deaths in this country per year?
The thing is, they use the death rate, meaning if the guy died.
We don't know that.
If the guy died of
the number that they are saying, I don't trust.
If the guy died of a stroke,
nobody knows.
If the guy died of a stroke and had COVID, guess what? Cause of death is COVID. That's how they are doing it. Doesn't matter what the cause of death was.
It doesn't mean
if the guy had COVID at the time of his death. If the guy had COVID at the time of his death is considered COVID death.
Not even that. If tests positive for that.
That's exactly testing
not
positive.
Not being sick.
No. Testing positive, it means he has COVID. Period. So if the guy dies in an accident, cause of death, COVID. If the guy committed suicide, cause of death, COVID. If the guy or gal, I want to be politically correct. I'm killing all the men. Let's go to the woman. If somebody dies off of I don't know, freaking he falls down and hits his head and dies of a stroke.
But I'm just saying, do you know what is the average death rate in the U.S. total total death
I don't have the number, no.
is anywhere between like 2.5 to 3 million people a year. So we are a nation of almost like 350 million people.
And that includes everything.
That includes everything.
Accidents.
Everything.
Chicago.
Everything. And do you know what? Like a year or two ago, the death rate was like 2.9. This year, actually, COVID included, is dropped. That means less people they're going to die because they didn't go anywhere, no accidents.
They lock people in their house.
No accidents. People are
except Chicago.
People eating.
Actually, Chicago, LA, and all these liberal states
is almost the same.
But
the total death number.
The only hike in death was in these liberal states where the protest was happening. So keep that in mind. Most of the highest death rate ever were recorded in Chicago this year because of all these rioting and
I tell if you're a minority, you need to get away from those areas. If you're not minority, you're going to have a better standard.
Hold on, not on all minorities actually.
I'm just saying that's my opinion. I challenge people's
That's
views,
fine,
right?
but here's the thing.
I'm saying if you're a minority, right? I'm not talking about the minority who are wealthy.
Yeah.
If you're a minority that you are in poverty, you are going to have a better chance of succeeding if you leave those areas, move to a smaller city, smaller town, or just move from city centers.
Here's the thing.
You're going to have better, you're going to be in community, you're going to be better opportunities. You just have to move. Those policies are the result because they have been implementing the same garbage policies for decades. And the same people have been in charge, and the same political party have been in charge of those areas for decades, sometimes up to 100 years. So the only way that you can survive and succeed is to move out.
Yep.
Move out. It would be like just freeing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Everyone
took my life and left my country of birth, left family, nothing, just a bag of clothes, left. We risked our lives and left. Why? Because we wanted to live free. And honestly, I see some of the resemblance over here. If you're in inner city, if you're a minority, you need to move. Find a way, get involved with some charity, church, whatever. Lots of people that would help.
Do some positive.
Get your job, do something positive, move out of those areas, and you would be amazed.
And here's the thing. Let me explain this. We talked about this in one of the segments. We talked about privilege and opportunities. Look, the land of opportunity is here. We live in the land of opportunities. You can able yourself to do whatever you want, whatever your dream is. Don't say, "Oh, why does that person have it and I don't?" Make that your goal. Okay? If you make $20,000 and somebody makes $100,000, make it your goal to make $100,000. And once you get there, right? Make it happen. Once you make that $100,000, then look at the guy who makes $200,000. Say, I want to make $200,000 a year. Then keep going. You don't need to stop. Nobody is going to force you to stop by yourself. Okay? You can do it on your own. There's so much opportunities here. There's so much stuff. Okay? Don't let the scare tactic slow you down. Okay? Why do you think the millionaires made so much money during the pandemic? It was an opportunity. Be an opportunist. Okay?
The stock market is back to the highest.
Be an opportunist. And you can be an opportunist. You could take advantage of everything that's in front of you. Okay? Because if you can make a product or create a service of any kind to basically create a name for yourself, guess what? The hard job is done. The rest of it is just comes down to marketing.
Nothing comes easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But if you put your mind to it, if you wake up every morning and tell yourself today is a new day.
You fail.
Don't worry. If you don't fail, you're not succeeding. Period.
I personally had so many failures.
We both have. I feel like I'm failing every day, and I try my best to.
You're a failure.
And I tell myself I need to do this today. I need to do something better, or fix the problem that caused me to fail, whatever the failure is. So don't be scared. All this don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the media. The media is the worst. It's your worst enemy. Okay,
hoping and praying that 2021
if there is
will be a more positive year.
If there's no good news, that means the TV is off. Okay, when you turn on the TV, that's all the bad news given to you. This is the propaganda tactic. This is the scared cat tactic. This is how they control people. This is how people lose the ability to think for themselves, and they just give that ability to somebody else. It's like, hey, Mr. Media, Mr. TV, you make the decision for me. I'll just follow what you're telling me, and that's how I'm going to live my life.
Yeah.
Screw that. Don't do that to yourself. You are better than that. You have the brain power, you have the knowledge, and you have the capability to find out all the information by yourself, for yourself. So with that, we're going to end this segment with
share, like, subscribe.
Share, like, and subscribe.
We're going to share it on other platforms.
Stay safe.
Spending more time sharing.
Yeah, we had to take a break for a few weeks, but we're back.
Checking out the Rumble.
Yeah, we're going to be on Rumble. We're going to be on different platforms. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Take care. Be safe. We're not saying go out there and go wild and run around, Just be safe. Take it easy.
It's been a tough year. It's
been tough for everybody.
And praying for a better year in 2020.
Yeah, and make some plans for yourself. It is hard. Hopefully these bureaucrats can be out of the office soon. But until then, stay positive. God bless you. God bless America.
God bless America.